Hooray.
Hi, Ritu.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks for yourself.
I'm good. It's the month of love.
Mm-hmm.
We are reviewing Love Warrior.
Of course.
Are you excited?
No. Excited to review or excited
I don't know,
for this
just
book?
generally, like, why are you not excited?
Generally, this book is just... Yeah. I don't want to say anything bad about this book. This book is a good book. It is a good book.
I don't know if I believe you, but the important question is, do you think that the author was believable?
Yes, when I first read this book, I believed her. Every single word, I believed her. Her pain was believable. The shame she shared was believable. You know, that she was bulimic, ne? Yeah.
Do you still believe her now?
Yes, I still believe that this was her truth. That what she went through and what she believed then was the truth.
I sense a bat.
Hi. How not bad? Like I believe her. Yeah, I can say that. I believe that this was the truth.
Yeah, I think for me it was also a painful memoir to read. I think she really struggled growing up, and then she still struggled in adulthood. I mean, eating disorders are not uncommon.
Yes.
She struggled through that as a child, and then she struggled with substance abuse as well.
Yeah.
And then she got pregnant, and I think that's where her turning point was, which I think is very beautiful.
Because it was someone else. Maybe Nailoma and pregnant.
And then she was able to overcome, where she had spent years struggling with substance abuse, but as soon as she found out she was pregnant, then she started to fight, for herself. So which was beautiful. So I also think the author was quite believable.
No, she was.
Do you have a favorite? Sorry, I think you wanted to say something. Do you have a favorite part or a favorite quote from the book?
Yes, I do. On page 203, I do have a favorite quote. Children. Okay, there it is. Just there at the bottom.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be happy all the time. Life hurts and it's hard. Not because you're doing it wrong, but because it hurts for everybody. Don't avoid the pain. You need it. It's meant for you. Be still in it. Let it come, let it go, let it leave you with the fuel you'll burn to get your work done on this earth. I really love this quote because most of the time we wish away the pain. Like we wish it was somebody else, but who? Like I give some mag, even my mom, you know? He gave say not going through this. Then even man, because no one person can deal with pain and ever so man. So I love that it's true. It's the truth. It's just saying to you, Hore, it's not only you. You're not going through this alone. One thing about pain, I can't do like when it rains for everyone.
And when it rains, sometimes it pours.
Yeah.
Your quote just reminded me of, I think, the key takeaway that I had when we read this book a while ago was to be still in your pain. Like sit in it. Whereas instinctively we want to numb the pain, we want to take it away, whether it's with substance abuse, whether it's with whatever, whatever it is, we want to numb it. But I remember that I took away from this book that be still in your pain. And ironically, she changes her mind in Untamed.
Yeah.
Her second memoir, where she says, Hore, you don't have to sit through it. If you feel wash, you know?
If the tree is burning.
But the argument is still, how do you know that you are uncomfortable if you're not going to sit through that discomfort? How do you know what it's trying to tell you?
I think your soul just tells you when something is not right. You can feel it in your heart, in your core. You can feel it. It's just that some people it takes years to actually feel it. That's why we've got people who live or who are in a relationship with abusive partners
For long.
for long. Like after years, they're quicker to react. They're like, one clapper, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even gonna give you a chance or you know. So I think it's different, like because of we're different human beings and we react to these things, to these traumas differently. Sometimes it takes a while to you know what, actually this thing happened to me. You're still trying to find out like this same person, is this same person doing this to me? You are still there. Before God realize what's actually happening.
It's done. It's done.
So yeah, I still agree with sitting still in the pain, because I think with emotions, especially with pain or whatever emotions that you're going through, I think it's important to just feel. You know?
But when we draw the line between Bobo and sitting and Ubegezela.
Yeah, because of, remember, in this book, she was selling board. In this book, she sold it so well, like she packaged it. And here, sit here. Bob the Builder. You know, and then in this other book, in Untamed, she's like, girl, you are not about to do that. And I think for people it will work differently. For most people, now I wouldn't advise somebody to get a relationship, like especially Kaori, because of the people that we're in relationship with. As what why? You can go through. Yes, you can go through something. We can go through something similar in our relationships, but because of the people,
the dynamics are different.
Yes, the people are not the same. So, regards advice and so what if all I am as change or all our change or all our run? So it's nothing good in your heart of hearts. You know, you know
that's what she says in Untamed.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Where I agree with her. Where she says, "Hori, your soul knows.
Your soul knows.
Your soul knows. You can choose to sit through your pain. It's good. So sit through it so that you listen to what it's saying instead of trying to numb it away.
Yes.
You listen to what your soul is
saying.
And your soul will tell you, it's also or do this. You know.
Yeah, no, I believe that 100%. I believe sit through it, make a decision, and then decide are you gonna sit there
but also don't sit too long ignoring the voice, because there's always that voice.
No, but then remember also you can tell somebody don't sit too long, but sometimes a person is not ready.
That's true.
Like you're not ready to leave the relationship, or you're not ready to move on from a breakup or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it takes longer, and then some people it takes longer is because they don't do the work.
100%. I agree.
What is your favorite quote?
Mine, Ego, is it 186?
186. Oh. 186. Okay.
Ibada Hajan. It's in the middle. It says, the way the brain works is this. We make a hypothesis about someone, and then our brain searches for information to verify our hypothesis. And then you've decided that, so this is a conversation that she's having with a therapist. You've decided that Craig is a fool who is unworthy of you, and I don't blame you. But because of that belief, your brain is finding that information. You're actively making that true. Just as an experiment, what if, just for a week, you tried on the hypothesis that Craig is a deeply flawed but good man who loves you and is working hard to keep you? If you decide he's that man, you might find proof to back it up. So I agree with this. I resonate with this, in that whatever it is that you believe, whether emotionally, spiritually, professionally, whatever aspect of your life, whatever belief you have about that, you are going to either consciously or unconsciously seek out proof to validate your hypothesis. You are going to seek out people who confirm your hypothesis. So you might find, if I have a negative or I have a particular belief, and you might be opposed to that belief,
Mm.
I'm more likely not to listen to you, but to pay particular attention to someone who reinforces that belief.
That belief, yeah, that's true.
Which, if we are not conscious of that, can be very detrimental to our being, to our success, to how things turn out in our lives.
Because sometimes we invite these things, you invite negative vibes because of you are constantly looking for something to go wrong.
To go wrong.
Yeah,
And things will sometimes go wrong every time. All the time.
And then you self-sabotage because now you're like, I don't deserve this. Now I'm not worthy of this. Now I know better. And then you start seeing proof you're not worthy again. No, definitely. So how would you rate the book? How many stars are you giving this book?
I actually enjoyed this book, reading it.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
I read it twice.
Oh no, ma'am, that is not me, but I love it. I love it for you.
Ooh.
I think I remember. Let's give it a 4.
A 4. Yeah. You know what, Name? I'm gonna give it. I thought I was over my hurt over this book. So I'm gonna give it a 4. But before it was a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I read it, it was a 5. And then now I'm just gonna give it a 4 because I've read Untamed.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we are going to have a 3rd memoir. Like having read Untamed and how it was left off, I really anticipate that we are going to get a 3rd book. And it's going to be quite different from this one.
Oh, she must stop writing books.
No, she's a good writer.
No.
Her writing is really good.
No, I agree. But then she must write in the sand. Because that's confusing. So,
but aren't we all confused? To some extent.
To some extent, we are all searching. We are all finding ourselves and
refining yourself. You think you found yourself, and then a few years later, you're like,
I don't
maybe
think
not.
I've ever found myself. Yes, every day I'm trying.
But what was it? I think it was a quote for the psychology of money, where it speaks about the person you are now.
You trying to right the wrongs of the past.
Of the person you were before. So, really magic.
Yeah.
But, to happy reading.
To happy reading.
Yellow.